Good morning, good afternoon, good late afternoon, or maybe good evening, wherever you are around the world. Big welcome to In the Know with Peter No. My name is Peter No. I am a senior presidential director here with Lifewave. I have been with the company now in September almost 4 years. So I love doing these calls as every week we get to learn from each other, we get to support each other, we get to ask questions and train each other in the gym. So just think of this as a private gym time with myself and all of our gym workout buddies here. Uh, if you're a brand new guest here and if this is your very first time on this call, big kudos to you. You have found a very safe place for you to just be yourself, ask any questions during our Q&A time, question and answers. And there is everyone. There is no wrong question. There is no right questions, right? We are just sharing information here. So just make yourself at home, enjoy this next 1 hour, and let's get this party started. So last week we took a whole hour to talk about one of the most important skill sets you need to have building this network marketing business. If you're having challenges, meaning if you don't know what to say, how to guide a conversation, and I'll use probably Stephen and Carolyn as an example, okay? Because I had a beautiful time with them in Vegas. Hi, Carolyn. And no matter how skillful you are in your previous or what you've done, you still need to relearn some things, right, Carolyn? So I'll use you as for an example today to role play maybe a little bit, but we talked about peaking. Remember the peaking, right? You're learning how to pique people's interest before you learn how to pre-qualify them. If you are having rebuttals back on what? The price, what the technology is, how does this work? Why do I even need to take a look at this? Do they understand what stem cells are? If you're having rebuttals on that, that means you're not peaking well enough. Okay, so last week, if you have not watched the recording, it is on our Telegram. But today, I want to transition into pre-qualifying now, okay? Why is it important to pre-qualify better? And what tools are you using to pre-qualify? And I kind of want to go into understanding, do you know your person in front of you? Do you know who they are? Because sometimes we are, let me ask a question. How many of us here are so excited because of something that we know that we want them to know? But they don't know. They don't hear your language. They don't understand what you're talking about. Does that make sense? If they don't know what you know, and we think we know it for them, but sometimes they might not know what you know. Does that make sense? And that's why the reason sometimes, most times, they will say no. Not because they're saying no to you, it's just that sometimes they don't want to say yes to something that they don't know. So that's why I really want to get into the pre-qualification stage today. And then I want to open up literally for question and answers, and maybe we might talk about a little bit of generations, okay? So let me bring up Carolyn. Carolyn, how are you doing today?
Doing sorry about that. Doing great.
You're doing good.
It's
Hey,
hot here.
it was hot here. I know. I just got back from Vegas. So everyone, I drove out to Vegas. I met Stephen and Carolyn live for the first time. What a beautiful couple. If you have not got a chance to listen to Stephen Jacobs' testimonial, go to Telegram. I mean, when I saw the before and after pictures of what happened to Stephen 6 months ago, It will blow your mind away, okay, from his testimonials. But then I got to talk to Stephen and Carolyn a little bit, and we were sharing challenges a little bit, right, Carolyn? So,
Absolutely.
yeah, so sometimes, so Stephen is and Carolyn, they're very known in the Las Vegas community. They know many, many people, professionals in Las Vegas, okay? So before I even go there, everyone, who wants to party in Vegas? Raise your hand. Michelle raised 2 hands, so watch out. We would definitely, everyone, we are going to have the biggest party in Vegas soon, okay? So just to let you know. And Stephen and Carol is going to help with that. But as I got to conversate with Stephen and Carol a little bit, and Stephen is a very, Carolyn, Stephen is a very astute entrepreneur, right? He can talk to people. He understands personalities. He's been in business for a very long time, everyone. But Stephen had challenges. He even had challenges on sometimes people saying no to him, and he did not understand why. So I want to really clarify this, Carolyn. I want to bring it out, and I want to use you as an example. So has anybody just talked to the person in front of you, and sometimes you used certain languages that they did not know before they need to know? For example, have you ever used the word positions, point, PV, BV, distributor, network marketing, or have you ever used those kind of language before they even know what it was, and it kind of confused the people? Do you know what I mean? Okay. That right away, when I heard that from Stephen, I knew exactly why people said no. Because Stephen is such a businessman, and he expected, or he thought that that person in front of him might understand the same thing that Stephen knows. Does everybody understand what I just said? Unfortunately, I'll tell you, everyone, people don't know that. Sometimes when you're excited about something and you tell them, hey, you can make a living, you can earn residual income, you can leverage your time, you can build an international business, you can work in the comfort of your own home. Sometimes that is foreign language to people. Why is that, Carolyn?
Yeah, that's really interesting, because a lot of people we talk to have been in network marketing, and most of them have been burned through various reasons. As we know, most people do not make money in network marketing. Or like you said, with an example, I heard you on a video I was watching of you earlier, that somebody only made $500 a month in all their different network marketing companies. And so, but we were talking to actually experienced people, but it's amazing how they get into a mindset and they were not open to his. We always start out with, what have you heard about stem cells? And check out the website. And we couldn't get people to go look at the website. It's amazing. They just are not curious enough. I had 2 follow-up calls this morning, and the lady said, I just don't have any money to do anything. And I said, have you even been to the website, startx39now.com? She goes, no, but I know there's going to be a cost involved. And I said, less than a cup of coffee a day, please just take a look at it. So that's the hardship. And she goes, well, I had some issues and I found some progesterone cream that will help me sleep through the night. And I'm going, my goodness, the X39 can help you so tremendously, but still they just wouldn't. And that's okay. So I said, when you're ready, I just want you to be a customer, and I'll help you choose the right package for you to just be a customer. And she says, oh, okay, well, I'll definitely think of you, but I'm not ready now.
Perfect. So, Carolyn, as you grow and as you learn more hearing that, you're just going to get better and better and better at connecting, you know what I mean? Understanding and rebuttaling right away. The moment she says, I know there's a cost to it, I know I can't afford it, I would say this. So you can afford not sleeping, right? So you can afford to have your pain, correct?
That's good.
So you can afford to have those side effects that you're using all these medications for, correct? So these calls, you're gonna pick all this up. Now, I want to use that as an example now. How many of us have been divorced? Married and divorced. Wow. Okay, hold on. That was not a trick question, but I've been too, okay? So just imagine this, everyone. When we talk about when people have never, when they've been married before and they got divorced, they might have a bad taste in their mouth. When people join network marketing and they got a divorce, that network marketing, they might have a bad taste in their mouth. So that's why this peaking does not just mean asking questions. Peaking means listening to their answers. Why? Does that make sense, everyone? And then your job is to get so good at listening to their answers where you can understand them better. Then, hey, you know, Carolyn, I totally understand that you've joined network marketing before. I totally understand that you were married to companies before. Can you share with me, what do you think that marriage didn't work? Can you share with me, what do you think that company did not work for you? Then that's when you're going into the pre-qualification stage. The pre-qualification stage is exactly what I talked to Mike about. Mike is the broker. He is training real estate agents to ask questions. What kind of, are you ready to, are you open to investing in homes? What have you heard about investing in homes? What can I manage your expectation about investing? What do you need to know? Same thing within this industry, everyone. And I can tell you, everybody got married to network marketing, or not even married. Everybody dated a network marketing company.
Yes.
Few of us got married. Married meaning that you actually build out a team. Married means that you actually worked in that company for years. You've given your heart and soul into a company. How many of us dated network marketing company? I think a lot of us. But how many of us were really married?
Yes.
Married to an MLM company? A Walter, okay? I know Michelle was. A lot of us were. I was married 3 times. 3 divorces, okay? Diane, maybe 5, right, Diane? So this is not a body count type of deal, but it is just to show you that no matter what, and let me emphasize this. It was not you. It wasn't you. You had the heart to get married. You had the heart to date. You had the heart to understand, to get into the relationship. But sometimes we get tricked on the opposite, who your spouse was. Because if you don't get to learn these companies deeper, if you don't understand the behaviors of these companies, if you don't understand the vision and the agenda of the CEO, do you know that you can read a company by the CEO? If the CEO wasn't that good, I am not going to marry this company. Why? Because then what if the CEO changes his mind? What if the CEO sells out? What if the CEO starts to change the formulation of certain products? Does that make sense, everyone? What if the CEO was greedy? What if the CEO is just using that MLM company to build something else that you and I don't ever know about? What if he's funneling money into other things instead of putting it back into the field? Does that make sense? When I first joined Lifewave, what do you think the first question or first thing I looked at? Who is the CEO, right? And when I found out that David Schmidt was the actual creator of the technology, I knew that this was his baby. When I found out that he sold this technology to the Navy SEALs, I knew that he had credibility. When I found out that he manufactures, he put out money to manufacture our own patches, I knew that he was in for the long run. When I found out that he paid for all these studies, these patents, I knew that he was not going to sell out to the big pharma. Are you guys getting with me? You understanding this? This is called pre-qualification. I pre-qualified Lifewave because my last 2 marriages before, or 3 marriages before that, I jumped all in before I understood who my wife was, because I just looked at the beauty of her. I just looked at the surface, but I never got to know her heart, her brain, her soul. Does that make sense, everyone? So as we're talking about pre-qualification today, we are learning how to listen, understand. We know what we have in our hands, everyone. And if you don't know, just keep on watching Marcy and I's training on the 12 bullet points, what makes Lifewave Lifewave, okay? But I need you to understand the people that are in front of you. Who are they? What's their background? Why are you talking to them? Why do you want to help them? Why are you spending your time, energy, and effort to pique their interest? Is it because you just want to practice? Like, are you just excited and you're just talking to everyone? Or are you really taking your time now to learn how to understand people more? Does that make sense, everyone? Because the better you get to know, I'd rather you take 10, 20 minutes to get to know somebody before you even sometimes share and pique their interest, to make sure, because every time you do that, you're practicing a good behavior, meaning you're practicing good steps to get to yeses instead of just burning through people and getting no's. Does that make sense? Go through that process. I can tell you, Mike is not going to waste 1 second on a client if he hears something totally off. He can have a client say, I make $200,000 a year. My FICO score is 720. I've been in my job for this, and I want to look for $1 million house. But you can say all that, so your prospects can tell you stuff. But at the end of the day, what is your job to do? Mike's job is to verify that information. You can't tell me that stuff. Does that make sense? So, for example, if Carolyn and I are talking to this person in front of us, and they're telling us who they are, they're the biggest entrepreneur in Vegas. They own all these restaurants. Awesome. Now, how important is health to you? Oh, health is so important. I love it. I take this. Okay. Now, are you really into health? How important is really health to you? Are you open to, what are you taking today? How many you can't tell me that you're into that healthy, but you're drinking you're smoking cigarettes. Does that make sense, everyone? I mean, I'm literally calling it out now, okay? So I hate to say this. If you're quitting cigarettes or quitting alcohol, great, you're on the path, okay? But I also do challenge people, like, if you're really into health, but I don't see you, smoking a pack a day, that means you're not really into health. Does that make sense? that can contradict each other. It's your job to recognize that, because if I see this person that wants to get healthy, but they're not doing all the steps themselves to get healthy, then that could be just a wishful thinking. Now remember, I'm always going to train you. Find someone like you or better than you. Okay? Now, to pre-qualify, let's learn how to listen more. Let's learn how to ask better questions. And then when you feel like they're ready to really learn and they're peaked to the max, they want to know, they understand what stem cells are. They understand what you said the technology is. They understand that, wow, if this thing really works the way it works, I want to get this in my body. Now, what do I need to look at? Everyone, then you bring out the website. So Carolyn, maybe the reason why people are not looking at the website yet is because you have not pre-qualified them much more deeper. Is everybody with me on that? If they're not looking at certain things, then maybe it has not their priority. If you want to make this their priority to look at, you gotta really peek, ask them the questions that will get them to date you. Does that make sense, everybody? So if I want to date this beautiful woman now, I am not just dating her, right? Because I'm past the dating stage, right? I'm getting a little older now. I might have to find a wife one of these days. You know that, right, everyone? So if I'm going to date somebody, right? I cannot just... Okay, if I want to date somebody now, I have to make sure it can't, this lady might have to check off a lot of boxes these days. Does that make sense? I cannot just go because she's beautiful. I cannot just go because she has a nice smile. I cannot go because she's like a 5'4" or, you know, whatever figure. I cannot just go because she has a nice job, right? I gotta really dig deep now, because I've been surrounded by very beautiful women in my life. My standards are like this now, okay? So, can you understand what we're getting at, everyone? I want you to take that analogy into finding your business partners. Now, I was telling Carolyn and Carolyn and Stephen, keep it simple. Keep it simple. The moment you peak them, the moment you pre-qualify them, and pre-qualifying is what? Get them to the website, get them to the podcast. Once they see those two, you've done your job. If they saw one, you've done 50%. Once you added the podcast, they've seen the whole system already. Once they get that, they got to be so excited to call you back. If they're not that excited yet, hey, Carolyn, what else can I send you? And that is the follow-up. Remember, the follow-up. The follow-up could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate or different touches. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate different dates. Going on a date to get to that marriage part. And we don't want to marry someone after 5 dates, okay? That could be dangerous, just to let you know. But now, once they like it, they will tell you, do I want to be a wholesale? And again, I'm not teaching preferred customers. I always use wholesale accounts, okay? Which is a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. The only person to me that is a preferred customer is literally a person that tells you straight up, I don't want to refer, I don't want to share, I just want to use this for myself. That is to me the only person that is a customer. The rest are potentially, they are wholesale accounts. Like, what is a wholesale account, everyone? Who here has a Costco or a Sam's card? Raise your hand. That means you bought a membership, you're paying every month, or you already paid upfront to use to buy everything at wholesale. Does that make sense? To me, hey, Carolyn, you already watched this? You already saw the podcast? What questions do you have? Da, 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 da. Great. You know what? It sounds like you're ready to order. You ready to go? Yes, I am, Carolyn. What would you recommend? Do you want a 1 month supply? Do you want a 3 month supply? Do you want a 5 month supply? Do you want a year supply? Or do you want a 1.5 year plus supply? The more you buy, the more the company is going to give you more products for free. Do you see how fast I did that? Now, Carolyn, which you want a 3 month supply? Great. I'm going to put you on the silver pack. It is at wholesale at $99 plus tax and shipping. After that, if you ever need more products, I will show you how to get this at below wholesale cost. Who likes to pay below wholesale cost? Great, because when you're at a silver and you're upgrading to a gold, you're just paying the $200 difference, but you're getting 2 X39 plus 1 free supportive patch. That makes your products below wholesale cost. When you upgrade from a gold to a platinum, a gold to a diamond, that is all below wholesale cost. When you set up from a silver to a gold and you set up the maintenance pack, that is all below wholesale cost. Are you all getting the drift? Start using this language. Wholesale, below wholesale cost. Who doesn't want to pay below wholesale cost? Then after that, this is the magic transition. So Carolyn, after you get this technology in your hands, after you get an experience, are you the type of person that likes to share this, right? Great. Would you like to learn how to get these products for free? Did you hear what I just said, everyone? Did I talk about the business? Did I say anything yet? I piqued your interest again. Hey, Carolyn, after you get this technology in your hands, you saw the podcast, you saw the testimonials. I know you're going to get a testimonial. Now, hey, would you like to learn how to get this technology for free? Who does not want it free after they pay below wholesale cost? Everybody knows when you do something for free, nothing in life is free. You got to earn it, right? So there is an action to this. So then I want her to say, oh my God, yeah, Carolyn, how do you get this for free? Hey, you know what? We have a beautiful system that you already saw, which is the podcast. Can I start sending you information, or can I share with you how this business model works? Then we can start talking about positions, PV, BV, points, left leg, right leg. Does everybody catch the drift now? Do not say those words before we take them through the peak and pre-qualifying stage, unless they have been married with network marketing before. If they have not dated or married this industry yet, this language is very foreign. Is everybody with me? And I'm teaching you this so you can prepare yourself when you're talking to others. Find out. That's what the pre-qualification stage is. Find out. Have you been in this industry for? You can even ask. Hey, how do you get this product? Yeah, we are a direct sales company. The only way you can get this technology in your hands is through an independent partner like myself. I am your coach. I am your liaison. I am your person that will guide you and share with you to get you to this technology. You are the doctor. You are the holistic doctor, the holistic pharmacist, and the holistic marketer. That's why you get paid the big bucks, right? So, everybody, any questions on this specific topic? Unmute yourself. Any questions on this? Wow, am I that clear? Okay, great.
Yes, you are.
Okay, I'm glad we're really activating some good good business tips. Okay, awesome. So I found a formulation. This is go. Okay, great. Now let's talk about other subjects now. We're done with the pre-qualifying, okay, everyone? Let's talk about the importance of the podcast. So before the podcast, before the lockdown, the COVID lockdown, I have told many of us many times, I never, ever, ever really used Zoom before. I was forced to evolve myself to learn the tool, this tool. When I learned the power of the Zoom, and when we created, back then it was 7 days, everyone. We had 7 days of testimonials, okay? When we saw the power of the testimonials, and the only thing, there's a couple things that I want, the only nuts and bolts I wanted to get out of the podcast is this. Number one, we could not do live meetings anymore. So it replaced how to exchange information. And the reason why I did it for 30 minutes is because that is your only kind of attention span. You only get 30 minutes to an hour max. Number two, I wanted to eliminate three-way calls. Does everybody understand the three-way calls? I wanted to eliminate three-way calls before you get information. So the podcast is your three-way call, everyone. Does that make sense? The podcast is now, after that, the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to create a culture, a community online where people did not have to drive. They did not have to spend money. They did not have to spend information to get information in their ears. And then I wanted to create a recording, a place where you can archive all the testimonials. So each individuals, remember, we're at almost 50,000 members now. Do you think Peter No has time to answer Karen, Marie, Walter, Lorraine, Michelle's phone call and go, Peter, how do I find this? Where's this? How do I get this information?
Yes.
Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah, Peter can do everything.
Peter can, but Peter only has 12 hours a day, Walter. I do like to sleep, eat, and have fun, okay? So, but Walter, you got me, right? So even Walter has been in the industry so long, and he understands when he saw the system, right, Walter? You got to understand why we created what we created. And this is so revolutionary. Now, have people used Zooms before? Of course, of course. Are other teams using Zooms? Of course. But the structure of our Zoom, the testimonials, the leaders, brand new leaders that are constantly training and presenting for you, that changes because we don't talk about money. The biggest difference between our organization and every organization in Lifewave and in the industry is we do not talk about money. When you don't talk about money, you eliminate ego. Who here likes ego? None. When you don't talk about money, you eliminate posturing. Posturing is trying to be somebody that you're not yet. You're eliminating responsibilities from your teams so they can be themselves and they don't have to pretend and act like they've made something that they're not yet. Does that make sense? And that actually hurts the industry. I wanted to eliminate the responsibility of each one of you to present when we have others presenting for you. So just think of it as a 5-day infomercial. Has anybody ever watched an infomercial late nights? Were they so compelling to you that you actually bought something? Right, Karen? So you understand the power of presenting it for you. Now, our testimonials, we're at almost 1,500 now. 1,500 individual recordings. Do you think we have enough credibility today? Do you think any of your prospects, the person is in front of you, any question, any pushback, any rebuttal that can be answered in our community? Yes. We have done everything from the financial all the way to the health, or the health all the way to the financial. We have every single proof you can think of to get that person in front of you to make a decision if they want this or if they don't. That is what this podcast is about. So, who here likes to work harder or smarter? I hope everybody said smarter. Why don't you use the podcast to be your best three-way system, your best presenting system, your best pre-qualification system, your best saving money system, saving energy system, your best duplication system? Why do you want to work so hard and do everything live? You can do the live, that we will never get away from belly to belly. Live people, okay? That is magic when you see people live. But after you do live, what happens when you walk away? What happens when I saw Stephen and Carol in Las Vegas? I drove all the way there. And then what happens when I trained them and I left them? And then what happens if I do that to all 94 of us? And then you still don't have an online system to support all the people that I left that market with. Are you getting the bigger picture now? How important and how powerful the podcast is. It is literally night and day in your business. The podcast has a life of its own now. And my other thing is this. Have you ever met leaders in the industry? The bigger they become, the more they have to work. The bigger they become, the more burned out they get. The bigger they become, the more responsibilities they have. Why? Because they're doing it all by themselves. Because all the leaders are not on the same page using their one system. Because every leader thinks they can do it better than the other leader. They want to outdo themselves. Because that is ego. Because they don't have what we have. Remember, we eliminated a lot of things to get to the pure organic part of the build. This is the most purest organic feeling. Does that make sense, everyone? This is why we're growing, okay? And I have yet to see another organization in Lifewave and in the entire MLM world that does and do what we do. Now, I pray that people copy us. I hope and pray that people copy our system. That's why Marcy and I, this is an open system. You guys understand that? There are no passwords to the biz site. Okay? Now, what I do want is when they do copy us, at least give us the credit where credit is due. Okay? That is all I want. Okay? But we don't even care about accolades because we accolade ourselves. Okay? We know who we are. Okay? So, but you understand what I'm saying? It's because it starts from somewhere to change the way we do business. It starts from a seed. It starts from somewhere. So each one of you, as you are learning this, as you are applying what you learn, each one of us here, you are the forefront of changing the way that Lifewave is doing business and the way that the industry is doing business. Are you up for that challenge? I hope you are, okay? I don't care how long it takes for you to get this, but as long as you're applying what you're learning, as long as you're going to the gym and you're consistently doing your push-ups, your sit-ups, and your pull-ups, I don't care what else you do. Does that make sense? You just gotta apply, and this is how we do things, okay? And every training. Now, Marcy and I are always gonna train. We're always gonna give you nuggets. We're always gonna give you kind of like, sometimes Marcy likes, protocols. She goes deep into the medical, all that stuff. That's fine and dandy. That is one way, okay? I kind of like to teach more in the in-depthness of the mind, human psychology, because I truly believe the moment you learn, remember, network marketing is a self-development journey with a compensation plan wrapped around it. Write that down if you never heard of that. Network marketing is a self-development journey. What does that mean? You have to learn and self-develop. You have to become better when you're applying this information. And the way that you get compensated, it is a compensation plan wrapped around it. That means when you become better, you influence someone, and that person, you inspired and you influenced them, and they are telling you, Carolyn, I love what you say. I love what you know. I love this technology. I am joining you. She is telling you, I am giving you my time, my energy, my space. And then I'm going to introduce to you my family, my friends. Does that make sense, everyone? If you don't provide that value, why would they introduce you to their family and their friends? So that means the better you become, the more people follow you. Society will tell you the value of what you're worth. Do I need to repeat that again? Society, people will tell you the value that you're worth because you have given your time to give them the information to change their life. And how do we get paid here, everyone? People equates to points, points equates to money. So the better you're at getting people, the more points you get into your two teams, your legs, the more residual income you will make. You see how everything just follows right in line? Do you see that you can't cheat? You can cheat, but you can only cheat for a certain amount of time. That's why the more ego you have, the more bad behaviors you do in this industry, people will not follow you.
You're only cheating yourself.
You're only cheating yourself. Now, if you take your rank and if you take your credibility and you cheat other people by cheating them the process of how to really grow here, by cheating them by shooting steroids in their body. Does that make sense, everyone? How do you cheat here, people here? By telling them they can make life-changing money, but you don't teach them the behaviors. You don't plug them into the podcast. You don't show them the system, and you just tell them to go, oh, go recruit, go recruit, go recruit, go sign up people, go sign up people. That is just like telling them, I'm getting people into the gym, but you go figure out how to build your muscles. Does that make sense? That is cheating in our industry. And we don't want to cheat, okay? There are plenty of leaders. I don't even want to call leaders, okay? Just plenty of high-ranking ranks that do have bad behaviors. And I'm calling it out too. And the reason why I'm calling it out is because it can hurt the industry. It can hurt your team. If I would never, ever, ever, with what I know today, would take Carolyn and Steven's time or anybody else's time by teaching them the wrong way, because they only have much more time in this world left. We only have so much time left in this world. Does that make sense? Why are we doing it the wrong way when there's only one right way to do the right way? And my job is just to hold your hand through the process and let you discover the technology. Let you discover the beautiful business model behind it. Let you discover the beautiful community that Team Evolve is, right? And then when you can copy us or whatever you want to do, Team Evolve now will take one person at a time and make a difference, not only in Lifewave, but in the industry. So now you're getting a bigger picture. Do you see how important it is to learn how to peak properly? Do you see how important it is to learn how to pre-qualify properly? And take your time. There is no rush. But
Peter.
I'd rather you, go ahead. I'd rather you I'd rather you make mistakes and learn through the process the first 30, 60, 90 days than you wasting 1, 2, or 3 years and burning through all your friends and family's database by doing it, thinking it, and saying it wrong. Okay, so go ahead, Karen.
Well, it takes us back to the beginning of this call. The beginning of this call, people rebutted saying, I don't want to work with MLM. I've had bad experience with MLM, and we're fighting that reputation of bad behaviors in MLM. So now you've brought us full circle not to do those bad behaviors, because then you are proving to those people that there's a problem, there can be problems with MLM. So just stay true to the system and what you're teaching.
Thank you, Karen. What book do you need?
The 100 Passion.
Right there, in that book. On this thing. Okay, sorry. So, Karen, I'm gonna piggyback. You can do network marketing the wrong way, and you can duplicate. Definitely wrong, okay? Once you open up that can of worms, it is open, everyone. You can't stop it, okay? Who here would love to rebuild the business over and over and over again? Nobody. I have learned I had to rebuild my business so many times, and that's why when I came in here, when I told Marcy, we're going to make mistakes the first 6 months. When I came in here, my mindset is I'm going to make mistakes already, but I'm going to make sure after that, we're going to build it right. It only took us 3 months to make mistakes, everyone. 3 months, okay? So half the time. And then after that, in 5 months, we hit the top. And then after that was the lockdown. And then after that, we evolved, okay? Everybody knows the story now. So, oh my God, where does the time go? We only have 10 minutes left. Let's do this. Did everybody learn the pre-qualification? The importance of the podcast? Why you need to use it? How you can leverage it, okay? Now, after 4 years, everyone, you can see all the presenters. Everybody started at manager. Then it went to director. Then it went to senior director. Then executive director. Then presidential director. Then senior presidential director. There is nobody presenting on the calls that have not gone through the whole ranks. They have learned. They have done it, okay? So it is literally 14 to 20 bodybuilders now presenting for you, okay? Use it. If you're having any challenges on anything, I highly suggest stop what you're doing and plug back into the podcast, okay? And do that for the next 2 weeks and see how that can refreshen or restart your business again. So let's do this in the next few minutes. Any questions, everyone? Walter, you have a question? Raise your hand.
Thank you, Peter. I just wanted to share something with you. Last time we spoke, I revealed to you that I had such great success with some blood pressure medication where it was cut in half.
Yes.
Well, I got my new prescription in, and this is the bottle, okay? And I also got my Lifewave patches in, and I read the disclaimer on the Lifewave, and basically it says is don't put it on an open wound, you know, and discard it properly. And if you have to, talk to your physician. Well, when I opened up my bottle, I don't know if you can see this. Peter, can you see this?
Bring it back, bring it closer to the camera because your background is blurring out the thing. But I assume everybody, that is your disclaimer for your drug, correct?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me, yeah.
There we go. There we go. Oh, well, it just
There.
goes in now. It just goes in
Look,
now.
look, that's the front of it. And this is the back of it.
Everybody, do you see that? Do you see the whole 2 pages with small print, every single side effect that you can have from that bottle, right?
Yeah, it was, I just had to share that with you because when I got my Lifewave, you know, there's a tiny little thing here that says, you know, just discard it and talk to your doctor if you need it. They'll put it on open wound. That's it. There's nothing that's going to harm me. And this is a generic low dose pill for high blood pressure.
Oh my gosh. Walter, thank you for sharing that because everyone, you know, my goal really, I don't know. I just want to get people off of drugs. That's it. Okay. I just know that. So I talked to a pharmacist. She literally told me if you take 2 medications, they cannot tell you any contradictions or the side effect when you take 2 medications together. Your body is made, we're a God-made light body. Our body does not like synthetic man-made things. Period. Okay? So the name of the game in health is today. The name of the game today is how do we take out the trash out of our body and how do we turn on the trash compactor? This is your trash compactor. We gotta detox. To be healthy, you gotta detox and you gotta take out all the stuff out of your body. And it just takes time because we have been lied to. We have been cheated by all these big corporations and the government. Okay? And this is not a political call. We're just calling it out. We understand today that we have been poisoned. Okay? We just been poisoned. All we're telling everyone in the world is take back control of your health. Just take back control. Use this tool. Turn on your trash compactor. Turn on your engine. Turn on everything you need to do organically. And don't put in anything else. Now, again, everybody is in their phase in their life. There is absolutely no judgments, okay? Everybody came into this company, no matter what, whether you were healthy or not. But I can promise you, even if you're healthy, there is no healthy person in this world. We are just pain-free, get it, or thing-free, okay? But no matter how healthy you think you are, we're not. But we can constantly keep our trash compactor on, so whatever we put in our body or whatever we can't control that goes into our food, we can learn how to take it out, okay? So that is the name of the game. So any questions?
I just want to say the only secret to this technology, the secret to this patch is to stick to it.
Oh, so Karen came up to stick to it. So everybody just stick to it, okay? Make sure.
Peter,
Or I like
what
to
do
say,
you-
go ahead.
what do you say to people who say, oh, well, I'm taking gummies now, and that's helping me sleep or helping my pain? Gummies being a euphemism for marijuana. Or
Hey, awesome. So you're taking CBD.
no, they're taking THC, the
Oh,
stuff that gets you
okay.
high.
Hey, Laura, great. You're taking gummies to help you sleep. Great. But maybe we're not understanding what stem cells and regeneration and repair is, because those gummies ain't going to turn on your peptides and they're not going to turn on your stem cells. So let's go back to the first conversation, Laura. Did you pique them and help them truly understand that we are stem cells, that we don't produce it anymore? And the reason why she cannot sleep is because her body is not regenerating and repairing. So you can take gummies to sleep. But what about your organs? What about your eyes? What about your energy? So the same amount of money you're spending on your gummies, what if you can have 20 other benefits by using one patch?
Good, thank you.
Did everybody
And
get that?
Peter,
Yes.
Peter, there's side effects to those gummies. They're broken down in the liver, and they're seeing real problems now from people taking these gummies. I know I'm not working as an RN anymore, but I looked it up and it's not good. So when people tell me that, I tell them it's just like a medication. It's broken down in your liver, and people's livers are being damaged by these gummies.
Thank you so much for saying that. And everyone, I hate to say this, but I know manufacturers of gummies, there's sugars in there, there's preservatives in there, there are fillers in there. You know, I mean, wow, if you're gonna take gummy to go to sleep, let me show you what non-transdermal is. Remember, no pill, no cream, no injections to turn your body on. Maybe the reason why you're not sleeping well is because you haven't been activated. Let me activate you, okay? Can you get on this website, Laura? Oh, you have a sleeping issue? Can I send you a testimonial on sleeping and insomnia, right? You see how I just peaked you and pre-qualified you in less than 2 minutes? So, great call today. Tonight we have another Wealth Wednesday. We're interviewing Michelle Colson, who is on this call, and you're gonna get to know, because Brian Penrod, he was an interviewer last week. We're gonna be interviewing him. This gentleman and Michelle are a dynamite, okay? You gotta hear their stories. You gotta know why they chose Lifewave to come here. So everybody, did you learn something today? Awesome. Are you gonna apply something today? Good. So everyone, give yourselves a warm hand of applause. You just completed your July. You've gone through the 30 days of the first 90-day run. Did you learn something this entire month? Yes. Okay. Did you become smarter? Did you become a little bit better? Did you get a different outlook on the business, on the life? Heck, did you even get healthier in the last 30 days? How good does it feel? How many of you saved money this last 30 days by just learning how to make more money or learn how to apply more patches and getting maybe off of more medications? Do you see what's happening to our community? This is why we do the things we do. So this Friday, again, it is our 4-year anniversary celebration in Orange County. That is where we started. This is what we're going to celebrate. I will be having a Facebook Live video on just the party on the Team Evolve Facebook page, okay? So if you want to see it, if you're not on the Team Evolve Facebook page, go to the biz site, go to the communication line and add yourself to there, okay? You're going to see hundreds of people wearing a sea of white. Everybody's going to have a patch here, 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 wherever, okay? We're going to have videos. We're going to do we're going to take pictures. I can't wait to see Francis, Michelle, everybody here. We're going to have karaoke. You're going to see how talented our partners are. They're going to sing their hearts out. And again, this will be the first of the many to come to your markets, okay? Arizona, Houston, Virginia, Boston, Florida, Washington, Oregon, wherever you are, we'll have a party in your market very soon. So it's been another great hour. I look forward to seeing you tonight, and I'll see you next week, and love you all. Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Bless
Peter.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you so much. Thank
Love you,
you.
Peter.
Thank you,
Great
Peter.
call, Peter. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.